and it could be capitalized normal saline. And then this is the tubing. All of it's clear. Right here at this point is the transducer. This is the electrical cord that goes to the monitor. And at this end is our catheter dangling there. It shouldn't be there, but that's the catheter that's actually in the patient. Just flexible plastic or PVC something that's okay to be inside of us. But this transducer right here on this pole, it oh, let me slide it up. Pushing on. Okay, so this right here is the transducer.
Okay.
The transducer, and what it does, so this catheter, flexo catheter, is inside the person's artery. And then we've got all this fluid in here that's going to conduct that signal of the pulse all the way through here. So that's a physical energy that's pulsating. And then it'll get here through this fluid to the transducer. And then at this point, the transducer says, oh, I feel that pulsation, that physical energy, but I have to convert it to electrical energy to go through my electrical cord. So it converts that physical to electrical and then sends the signal that when we connect it up to the monitor. So that's the function of that transducer. And then you get your blood pressure reading and it comes up 120/80, whatever the patient is. So that's the setup. It depends where you work, how much involved you are with the A-line. Some places the therapists actually insert A-lines. They set up the tubing and everything beforehand, insert the catheter into the patient's artery, and then connect on to the tubing. Some places, the therapist just simply draw the ABG out of it. So it just depends where you work. Somebody in the first group said that Montgomery Medical, they do the whole thing. They put the A-line in, they set the whole fluid system up, and then they connect on. So it just depends where you work. But all of this is on your board because rather some of the first you'll have to spike the bag. It's just a little pointy part, so that's what they call it. They say spiking the bag. You spike the bag. Put that in there. And then be enough fluid in here for that. This would be off the pole, so this would just come in the kit like this. All of this tubing just comes all together, so you don't have to assemble anything with that. Then spike the bag, put the transducer onto the IV pole where it says arterial. This is going to be for your arterial line. So that goes on. Then we'll want to first turn this one up towards the bag and then squeeze the bag so that we fill this chamber here, this water chamber, fluid chamber here. Then we'll put that back off to there and then pull the pigtail and then just let we would normally do that. Pull the pigtail and then squeeze the bag until all the air is out of that line is fluid. And stop pulling. So check, make sure there's no air in it. so we've got heparinized normal saline, all in here, and then you would be able to connect on to the catheter that would be into the patient. We just connect right on there. Nope, sorry. Back up, not yet, don't connect yet. Very important step we missed out. We've got to put the pressure bag on. So we've got the fluid going in through there. Have to connect the fluid into the pressure bag. Kind of pull it through, and then back up. There's a little hole here that you just have to feed this loop through so it holds this. Then that center, and then we have to pump the bag up to 300 millimeters of mercury. Now the reason it's 300 is because remember the catheter is in the person's artery. Our blood pressure is like 120 over 80. So we've got to have that pressure pushing against that higher than what it should be. So usually 300 is plenty high to keep that blood from backing up all through the tubing. So you just keep pumping that up till it goes. It'll show 300, and then it also shows a green area too. There's 250. Keep going, and then a green area. Can you see the green coming up? That's 300. 300 millimeters of mercury, and then you lock it by turning it up. So now it's ready to go. The catheter will be here. Just connect onto the patient. So for your boards, they'll ask you about this stuff. But like I said, depending on where you work, it may be in your scope of practice, in your job description. Pressure bag has to be pumped up to 300. Heparinized saline must be running all through all of this tubing. Transducer, what does it do? It converts the physical energy to electrical. This cord goes through the myometer so you can get the reading up on the screen. Stopcocks. So it's got stopcocks in along the way. One here, one here. Once you're done, they should all be, and you'll see it when you play with it. It says off on this white lever. So this should be off to the cap all the time. Off to the cap once you get it all set up, right? Okay. So that's that. So I'll let you just